Okay, so here we are. We're back into another segment. I don't know. Maybe I'm going to revise that choice. I don't know if I want black. I want something that's going to show that form, all this form detail. So the problem with black is black tends to hide form detail. So let me choose something that is hopefully not going to kill our eyes. I can just use the same color here that I had on the dress. So paint down. Gotta have good tools. Gotta have reliable tools. Gotta have tools that do what you want. So that when you know what you want, you can get what you want. Because I would prefer it if all the errors were not from the tool, but were from me. Which is all a tool does. A tool does not turn you into a pro. A good tool merely means that anytime you screw up, it's your own damn fault. So these tools, even though it's digital, they are far from perfect. Oh boy, are they ever far from perfect. So there we are. I've just got the most basic silhouette in there. Oh, there's a heel on one boot, and then I need to have the heel on the other. Oops. Just adjusting the shape of this. I like it. It looks hot. Oh, daddy, that's what I like. Okay. So that's one. Oops. Overall, this is turning out okay. But you see, it's just the same old process from one part to the next part to the next part. Hang on, let me use my dartboard. I like that color. In this case, I'm going to speed things up. I'm just going to turn on the alpha channel lock and hit all the areas that I think are going to fall into absolute shadow. Right. That overlaps like that. So now I'm just adjusting the shadow according to surface tangency, using the lighting to make this thing look three-dimensional. Squish the pedal down, back to a 30% opacity. Okay. And I'm going to leave the rest alone. Maybe I'll take a bit of black, go to 30%, and just hit the crevice. Hit this next crevice over here. And maybe just play it for a double layer for a bit of contrast. Looks good. Switch pens. I'm using the standard pen now, using a bit of white. I'm going to throw in a little bit of specular. Hang on. Using the wrong pen there. I want that one. I want white. Give me the white. Okay. Bit of specular there. specular at the toe. In fact, I just want the specular there and at the toe. And I think I'll leave the other part alone. Maybe grab a bit of this blue and extend. Change the direction of that shape. So a little bit of fine work in just a few areas. That's maybe a bit of fine work here is necessary. I'm not saying that, you should avoid all fine work, but you just in those few critical junctions is where I lavish most of the fine work detail. This area here could probably fall into shadow as well. That's going to cast up. So let me retrim that. And then, yeah, it's really, I use fine detail work whenever surfaces are changing direction very rapidly. In these long expanses, I do not use fine work. The idea is that wherever the surface is changing direction or the lighting conditions are changing, you're going to require smaller changes in color. So that's what necessitates the fine work. It's not detail, it's just a small transition. Okay, now this boot here is mostly in shadow, so again, the predominant color is going to be the shadow color. So just as I'd used this light blue color for this boot here, which was predominantly lit, I'm going to use shadow color here because it is, well, duh, predominantly in shadow. So, oops, I got my alpha channel lock on. Let's take that off. Try and get it in as few strokes as possible. So just going to re-angle the brush. You can see as I twist this as I twist the brush, it changes the angle. So I have to angle the brush just right. And what I'm doing is I'm using some people complain that their hand sticks to the glass monitor or the plastic of a Wacom tablet, but I'm using this to my advantage because it gives me a bit of a braking force for this fine movement. So I may use several different grips on the pen. You'll have to find what works for you best. I can't tell you because everyone's hands are different. But you'll have to find the grip on your hand that works best for a given situation. So I will shift my grip depending on if I need to do large curves, or, in which case my hand needs to be unrestricted by the sliding on the glass plate, versus high precision movement, which requires that my hand has some friction against the plate. No, I need to adjust that. Fine work to make this boot come around. Okay. And then I can grab this deep color in there. Because the marker is too the 6D is too cumbersome for the small stuff. I mean, I could turn it around, but it's just a matter of preference that I like the feeling of this stylus here. Okay. Well, we're going to continue into another part.